one.
And welcome back to the Beard Summit.
The Beard Summit.
It is April 18th on a gorgeous day in the Denver area.
Not windy as shit like yesterday.
Yeah, that really sucked.
Dude, you should have been here.
Why?
It was like 85 miles an hour.
It was really hot and sunny. I love it. I hated it.
No, dude, I was looking at the National Weather Service like all day. It was the only thing I did at work yesterday. And
productive.
Yeah, because it was windy as fuck. Like, you could hear the wind whistling through the windows at work. You could see the windows rattling on buildings across from us because it was so windy. So
that's never.
And it's super windy here on the foothills compared to like downtown.
Right.
So I was checking it out, and it said sustained winds of 65 miles an hour with gusts of like 85.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
I hate wind.
Nuts.
We lost our trash cans down the street.
I just picked one up.
Yeah.
It looked like Iwo Jima over here. Just
It's horrible.
yeah. Trash cans laying on the street. I just grabbed one that kind of looked like mine.
It's mine.
I'm the first one out here, so I get dibs on trash cans, I guess. Yeah.
It's a good thing we don't get many of those windy days here in Denver. We get a few.
We're pretty protected.
But it seems like when they do happen, shingles are going everywhere, trash cans are gone.
Yeah.
My damn television is interrupted. Sucks.
You got satellite.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
That's what happens when you have not stolen internet cable. Like
I know.
me.
I should do that.
But your parents pay for it at the moment.
That is true, too.
Because you're saving to buy a house.
Yep.
I feel like that's
Mommy and Daddy.
That's an important caveat when you're like, I live with my parents. I'm a grown-ass man. But I'm doing it to buy a house.
And I also have cable now, so.
Yeah, and for the cable.
Eat my dick.
I'm like, hey, you want to come over and watch sports? They're going to get fuzzy. And they'll probably freeze for a little while. But they're free.
Robbing it off of Reddit.
And I have a couch.
That's all I care about.
That's all I care about. Speaking of sports, I can't believe we forgot to talk about this last time. Nolan, world star, Arenado.
Deciding UFC style.
You don't
charge them out.
You don't throw pitches at his face.
Was he not? I don't know what it was at.
It was at his like shoulder.
See,
it was up. That was why he got so pissed. Is because it was up in the zone.
It was behind the guy.
I don't know if it actually hit him or not.
It didn't.
It didn't hit him?
It did not hit him. He
did he get a base?
Cat-like reflexes just.
Did they give him a base for it?
I don't know. He
thought
kind of charged him out it.
I thought they
almost
did.
immediately. Well, let's take a listen to it.
Oh, dude, this is so good.
It was
though.
an awesome. I was watching it live actually at a Chili's.
I know you texted me.
It was
and
pretty
you're
amazing.
Like, turn on the game
now.
This just happened.
Yeah, you don't see this very often. Yeah, it was amazing. Well, let's take a listen.
For Rockies baseball, here's a little build up. Nolan Arenado.
That one thrown behind him. Arenado's going after him, and now we're going to fight at Coors Field. Padres have been hit the entire series, and Perdomo throws behind Arenado, and it's on.
Pretty amazing stuff.
Went on for like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I know you text me. I was at work, and Thursday afternoon games, I forget that they're even happening sometimes.
Right.
And so we were all watching MSNBC or whatever the hell they have on the TVs at work, and I just sprung up and I was like, hell yes, there's a fight. I was like telling everybody, it's like, guys, baseball fight.
Coors Field.
Baseball fight.
Coors.
How many Rockies fights have there been?
Not many, man. At least not that I can remember. I know it's got like testy a few times.
Yeah.
Like, but like don't
People
point my
step at
finger
the
at
guy.
the pitcher,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Baseball testy where you're like,
Right, and then you just go back and
you walk over to first base, and that's the end of it.
I've never seen that happen at Coors Field. I could be
Nolan was
totally ignorant, but
Pissed.
dude, I would be pissed. This is the part of baseball I don't really understand. You throw a fastball at someone's fucking head intentionally. Outside of professional sports, I believe that's called assault.
That's assault, brother.
Yeah. So, but in this game, it's just like, yeah, it's part of the game. There's some fights.
Yeah.
Dude, if I had a baseball thrown at my head, I would have done the exact same thing with Arenado, but probably gone even crazier.
The classy thing in baseball, sometimes as a pitcher, you got to hit somebody. Like, you got to do it.
Somebody hit somebody.
They hit your guy. You got to hit them back. The classy thing to do is to throw at their ass. Because it's a big target. If you get hit in the ass, it hurts, and then you brush it off, and you're good to go.
It's also funny.
You throw at somebody's head,
Right.
that's different.
Right. That was the fastest pitch Perdomo threw all day.
Oh, you could tell.
It's like 97 miles an hour.
And that's the other thing is a lot of times pitchers just suck.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like they lose control of something, and they're like, "Fuck you," but like I understand that happens from time to time. You're just a bad pitcher.
You just suck.
That's okay. But this time it was like he very clearly was going for it. Like we'd been getting hit. We'd been hit a couple of times earlier. We'd hit their guys earlier. Like it was definitely building up. And guys in baseball are very good at telling when it's intentional and when it's not intentional. And that one was very clearly intentional. It wasn't just like sending a message. It was like, fuck you.
Right.
Here's a fastball for your face.
Especially your best player like that.
MVP candidate.
Yeah. You know, I love the Rockies' reaction. I loved what Parra did.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Parra's was like, fuck this. You don't throw out my boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if like the whole starting rotation got thrown out of that game.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't like it though, man. Like, I mean, what happens when the guy doesn't get out of the way? And it
drills him in the face.
Kills him. Or I don't know. He doesn't play baseball again for the rest of his life.
Well, I mean,
to switch sports, it reminds me of the Todd Bertuzzi and Steve Moore hit, right?
Yeah.
Intentionally trying to knock someone the fuck out.
It's different.
I guess I just don't know enough about baseball.
The difference being if you're skating full speed and somebody hits you in the back of the neck with a stick and your face smashes into the ground.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
With a baseball, the worst thing that can happen, I mean, it could end your career. It'd be very unlikely if it hit you like in the eye correctly and it broke some eye socket. But outside of that, if you get hit anywhere in the face other than the eyeball, like it can break bones. My next door neighbor, Reese McGraw, played for Creighton for a while. He got a comebacker to the face when he was pitching one time. They had to wire his jaw shut for like 3 months, and he couldn't play for a while. So like, it's bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
that's enough.
The Todd Bertuzzi, it's not. Yeah. But the Todd Bertuzzi thing, like that's life threatening.
Right.
And that's outside the realm of the game too. You know, the reason it's such a thing in baseball is because it does happen sometimes, and so it's kind of accepted. And if it's really out of line, then you go beat the shit out of the pitcher.
Right.
You know, like there's some repercussions. The Todd Bertuzzi thing, like that, actually was deadly assault.
Yeah, it was,
and it's not part of hockey.
Yeah,
like that's not something people just do for fun in hockey.
Right.
You know.
I don't know. I don't like it. I was fully amped up and supportive of everything though. Arenado, Parra. Who else got thrown out? On the Rockies. Didn't one of the Rockies get thrown out?
It wasn't Tauchman, was it? Somebody else got a couple game suspension and got tossed out of that game, but
I think it was the pitcher, right? Was it German Marquez?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's.
I don't know what. I guess I have to watch the replay again. I'm not sure what German did. Parra was throwing punches.
Oh yeah, he was jumping in there. You can, and the thing about Parra is you can tell him because he's got that blindingly
bleached hair.
Yeah. It's not hard to pick him out. You're like, who threw the punch? If it's not him, you're like, one of the white guys who was about 6 feet tall,
right,
brown hair, and they're like, whatever. I'll have to look at the video replay to see who gets suspension.
Right.
Parra throws punches. You're like, it was him.
Definitely Parra.
I saw it.
It was awesome though.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is like I don't like it, but I also kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know, and the Rockies need an edge.
Yeah.
That's been their they're so mellow. Their whole franchise is just very like even keel. We do things the right way.
White bread.
White bread is a good way to describe it. So, I mean,
it was awesome. Yeah. Arenado didn't even think about it.
No.
He was just like,
no.
I'm going.
He probably knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Just because of everything that had happened the last couple of days.
He had said that he thought it might happen, but he didn't think it was going to happen to him.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's going to happen to him.
Right.
Like, who are you going to throw at?
I don't know. Blackman?
Ian, it's him or Blackman.
Yeah.
You're not throwing at anybody else. And Blackman, he's definitely not, I mean, as much as he is an MVP candidate, not taking anything away from the guy, Nolan's the face of the franchise.
Right.
Like, there's plenty of outfielders that hit really well and field really well in baseball. There's not a lot of third basemen that field the way Arenado fields and hit the way he hits.
Yeah.
You know, especially just the reputation he's built up, like that Father's Day game we went to. Oh, God. Where he hit the walk-off grand slam. Oh, my God. Best baseball game.
Walk-off home run.
Ever been to.
Not grand slam.
Wasn't it a grand slam?
He hit for the cycle.
That's right. That's what it was.
I think it was a 3-run shot.
Yeah.
Maybe a 2-run shot. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was amazing, though.
I just got blinded by the glory. I was like, grand slam.
I didn't care.
Walk-off grand slam cycle.
Especially to beat the Giants 4 games in a row like that. Never been done.
Yeah.
Some cool shit.
At Coors Field.
Really cool shit.
That's the other thing that I love about baseball is there's a statistic for everything.
Yeah.
They're like, the Rockies are the winningest team to ever hit 4 triples on a Tuesday after a lunar eclipse.
That's true.
They're like, fuck yeah, that's going in the record books forever.
No one's beating that.
Anytime anyone looks up Tuesday eclipse doubles records,
It's going to say Rockies.
it's going to say Colorado Rockies.
Arenado's going to be the sub-name below it. Retarded.
That's why baseball's great.
Fucking gay.
You got to be able to get into those little like quirks of baseball to fully enjoy it. Because I know you have not been a baseball fan for a while.
Well, because the Rockies have sucked for so long. It was hard.
Yeah.
I love going to the games.
Yeah.
I've always loved to go to the games. But when you are a perennial loser, it's hard, man. I mean, you know, back in the day when you had the Bombers, that was fun. We still suck, but it was fun.
Because they're gonna. I mean,
miraculous run in high school where they went to the World Series.
You're gonna lose 4-10, but all 4 of our runs are gonna be jacks.
Right.
But no, baseball. You really have to develop an appreciation for those little things of baseball. Because if you don't, like sitting watching a baseball game for 3 hours, used to be like 3.5 hours. They've done a pretty good job speeding up the game, I think, in the last couple of years. But yeah, before that, I can understand why it would be rough.
Yeah. Yes. Rocks are doing pretty well now, though.
Yeah,
they lost today. I think they lost 10-2, but they won the series. They took 3 out of the 4, I believe, or 2 out of 3.
That's all. That's all you got to do. Just
you went 3 out of 4 with the Nationals.
Yeah.
On a road trip. I think they went 5-2 on this road trip. Like that's.
They were on a 3-game.
Pretty damn good.
The other day, they're second in the division.
Yeah.
At the moment,
I think they're only a couple games back,
and they're beating the Giants and the Dodgers at the moment, who are two of the highest paid franchises in baseball.
Yep.
So
coming back this weekend, I believe, for a series with the Cubbies, and I think your wife, my fiance, we're trying to get going to the game next Tuesday.
Oh, we're going. We bought tickets.
Oh,
so
we're going.
We'll be there.
If
you guys want to go to a baseball game with the Beard Summit,
be there on Tuesday.
Playing
the Cubs.
It's gonna be fun.
We're gonna win.
Battle of the beautiful third baseman.
We're gonna win. We'll win.
Yeah.
When does Arenado come back? Is he done?
So it was a 5-game suspension.
He didn't play a game on the road trip, so yeah, he is done.
Yeah, he's got to be back now.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be back by Tuesday.
Right. I think maybe he played 1 or 2 games on the road trip. Parra was back. Parra was playing last night, so yeah, I would assume that he'll definitely be back for the homestand.
We should bring a sign that says World Star.
We should.
With a picture of Nolan underneath it.
Get another fight.
And then hashtag Beard Summit, so when we get on the Jumbotron.
That'd be awesome.
Free publicity.
People listen.
People will listen. Tell your friends we're going to be on the Jumbotron.
We're going to wear shirts that say Beard Summit on it. No, we're not. We don't have shirts.
We're too poor for that.
Jumping sports. How about them fucking Avs, huh?
They look good the other night.
God,
we'll see how they do tonight. I hope they come out with that kind of fire. I'm going to chalk up the first 2 games to inexperience. I mean,
there's shit luck, too, in some of those games.
Some of them were bad luck, but some of that bad luck was caused by our young players making young player mistakes. Yes. So, I mean, it's a big stage. A lot of them have never been there before. It's in Nashville. You're playing
the best
arguably the best team in the league this season. I don't blame them for coming out the way that they did, and they still hung tight in both of those games. Like they were trying to the end, you know. So yeah, if they come out with that fire tonight, get another win at home, go taking it back to Nashville. It's 1-1-1, 1 in Nashville, 1 here, 1 away.
Yeah.
It very well could be
Game 7,
Game 6.
You're saying the Avs are going to win and get in 6 games?
If they play like they did last night?
I know.
Or 2 nights ago?
I just feel that the Preds are going to match it.
I know.
I think the Avs they awoken the sleeping giant, as the as the Japanese general would say, or whoever that emperor said. But I don't, dude. That first period last night, 2 nights ago, whatever it was, that was amazing. It you know, to a guy who never watched hockey all year, he would tell you that the best team was the Avs for the first 2 periods, and it wasn't even close. It was by far. They
kind of let it skate the last period there.
Oh yeah, it was just, which I hate. 10, 12 minutes left. They were just icing. It was just
it's like you're playing 8 seconds at a time.
Right.
And they weren't winning faceoffs.
No, they weren't. They got crushed, man.
It's like if you're not winning faceoffs, you really can't afford to be icing the puck every 10 seconds.
Because it was just Nashville won the faceoff, shots on goal, blow
Hopefully
the whistle,
Avs would get it,
another faceoff, or icing. Yeah. But
it doesn't seem like the winning strategy. But, I mean, when you're up by 4 goals, you can afford to do that a little bit. Yeah. But Bernier made some pretty awesome saves down the stretch, too. And
we played good hockey, man. I think the Avs, they got to come out with the same intensity. You got to stick it to them.
And being at home, I could be wrong about this, but I think they had the best home winning percentage.
I'm not sure in the league. They did tie a franchise mark.
Is that what it was?
For amount of wins we had, which is damn impressive considering the teams of old that we've had.
Yeah.
So
and like I said last time, like they played the Preds tight the last time they were here regular season.
Yeah.
They played them tight the first 2 games, and then last game they came out strong.
Yeah.
Hopefully the hiccups are gone, the nervousness is gone, and we'll see what they do this evening.
You see what Von Miller was there?
I did see that.
That's pretty cool. He's wearing an Avs jersey, but it was number 58 and said Miller on the back. I don't blame him for it. At least he was wearing an Avs jersey.
Why would you blame him for it?
I wouldn't. It was awesome. His game partner was Brandon McManus, which I don't fully understand. I feel like Von Miller, would hang out with someone cooler than the team's kicker, but.
How do you know Brandon McManus isn't the coolest dude on the team?
He can't make field goals. That's why.
That's because he's spending his time doing cool shit.
It's because he got not a huge contract, but he got a big time increase in pay.
He got kicker paid,
and then he decided, I'm gonna suck the first few games.
Well, the pressure's off.
Someone smack him right in the dick. Well, I did really well in that playoff run, and we won the Super Bowl. I was really, really good. I was like, okay. Sure, I'll give you that.
What have you done for me lately?
Time not to suck, Brandon. Let's get it together. You have one job. Kick the ball through the little yellow things. That's all you got to do.
I bet the kicker's the coolest person to hang out with. Because he doesn't have to practice that much. Like, he can spend his time doing other cool shit.
I bet he is a square. He seems like a square.
He hangs out with Von Miller.
I know. I don't understand that. If your best friend's Von Miller, then I guess you have to be kind of cool.
Yeah, it can't make sense in your worldview.
I don't know. Maybe it was just like the Broncos handed out tickets, and they were like, Vaughn, you're definitely going, and...
Anybody else want to go?
Take the guy that doesn't have any friends on the team. Just take Brandon and shut up, Just take the guy, I feel like that's what happened.
Brandon's lonely.
Brandon's and the kid like, pick me. Come on. I really want to go, guys. Like, come on. I'll go for Denver. Vaughn's like, all right, dude, just don't say anything stupid. All right, just let me talk to the reporter, Fucking Brandon.
I'll be the guy.
Right.
Well,
he was right on the glass too. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I saw him a bunch of times.
Was he sitting there?
Yeah.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw him when when the puck went down in that zone. You could see, Vaughn going, huh.
I just saw him at the commercial break holding the sign and all that.
Yeah. But I would love to see Vaughn on skates.
That's
just wreck somebody.
That'd be awesome.
He couldn't move, but god damn it, if you came near him, he'd wreck you.
I mean, there's an argument to be made that if hockey were more popular and people were playing it instead of football,
your best athletes would be hockey players.
Your best athletes. I mean,
that's the same thing for everything, I guess. I don't know.
It's kind of funny how it's spread out. Like in Europe, obviously the best athletes are always soccer players.
Right.
He gonna be a soccer player. But in the U.S., it's so spread out, and there's so many sports to choose from. People kind of pick their niches.
I still think the best athletes. Yeah, wow. Athletes are in football. There's an argument to be made, obviously, but I still think the best athletes are definitely football players. How fast that game is, dude. You put McMinnon in the football game, he would be like, what? The play would happen and he wouldn't move.
Yeah, I got to disagree with you on that one. Cause
I don't know, dude.
Football plays go for 4 seconds at a time.
Yeah, but They're so incredibly fast. And there's people on there that weigh less than you and me out there. And there's guys that weigh 200 pounds more than we do out there.
Yeah, and they stand there and put their hands up.
And they're getting
and
rocked.
wiggle their feet.
And they're getting rocked. They don't wiggle their feet. I don't know, man. See what Vaughn can do.
I'd say the best all-around talent in sports has got to be hockey.
No, you're wrong.
Because you're sprinting all the time. You have to have the best hand-eye coordination of any sport. And putting that all together puts you far and above anything else.
I don't know, dude. I don't think any Avs player has ever been hit by a middle linebacker type hit.
Todd Bertuzzi.
That was a punch. That was bullshit.
It's a cross-check.
I don't know, man.
I don't think any lineman has ever been cross-checked in the back of the neck.
I don't know. I would think a cleat to the foot would probably suffice, or spearing with a helmet in the back would probably be pretty.
I've been cleated in the foot before.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. I'd rather have that happen to me 100 times than have my neck broken by a cross-check.
When have you ever seen someone's neck broken by a cross-check?
Todd Bertuzzi.
It wasn't a cross-check. He got punched.
It was a cross-check.
Watch the replay.
He punched him with a stick.
No, it was with his fist, and he pile drive him into the ice. I don't know. I'm not sure what the definitive answer is, whether his neck broke from the punch or from the pile driving.
Would you rather be punched in the back of the neck and pile driven into the ice?
I would rather be hit on hockey skates by Todd Bertuzzi than take a full brunt standing still from an NFL middle linebacker, yes.
Well, then you're a fool.
No, I am smart.
You'd be dead.
At least on ice skates, I'm moving, you know.
Todd Bertuzzi would have killed you.
No.
In that situation.
I would have punched Bertuzzi in the dick, and that would have been the end of it.
From behind?
Take a cross-check in the wiener. Hope you're wearing a cup, dickhead.
How do you cross-check someone in the wiener?
You do it vertically. So what's slanted?
Sound like you've put some thought into this before.
For Todd Bertuzzi? Oh, yeah. Dude, Denver hated that fucker.
Oh, I remember.
We all wanted him dead.
Yeah, he got traded, and he still got booed for
He's
like
dick.
Years.
He's a fool. So what do you say tonight? Avs win? Avs lose?
Avs win.
Avs win?
Avs win.
I'm going to say they lose.
That's because you're a dick.
I don't know, man.
Ye of little faith. You don't think after last week, the way that they came out, the confidence that got built?
I know they have confidence, but I still think that the Preds are going to be like, okay, this isn't going to be a sweep. We got to come out with some fire because this team will beat us. I think they're going to hit the shit out of us, man. I think the Avs are going to get... You know, the Avalanche, they've never been a physical team, ever. We've always been a finesse. We're going to beat you with our speed. We're going to beat you with our strategy. We're going to beat you. We're going to play hockey better than you are.
Mm-hmm.
The Predators have the finesse, and they have the skill, and they have the speed, but they can also hit.
I mean, the way they've been calling penalties this series, though.
They kind of let them play in that last game.
In the last game, yeah.
Towards the end, they kind of did let them play. I want to say the Avs, come out and they kick ass, but they have to bring the intensity, maybe even more so than in Game 3.
Definitely can't let them sit back and be satisfied with Game 3.
You gotta. Tonight to me is a must-win.
Absolutely.
You can't go down 3-1.
No, going back to Nashville,
you'll lose.
Yeah.
Like last game. Last game was a must-win. Game 4 is a must-win.
Mm-hmm.
And God, man, it's such a interesting situation you're in a Game 4, right? Like how different the series can go between a win and a loss.
Oh yeah, loss and it's over.
It's over, right? Win, it's a series, baby.
Yeah, and
you're coming back to Denver.
Yeah.
You are coming back to Denver, and that's the biggest thing. So
and your confidence is so jacked up after winning 2 in a row.
Right.
You can brush off. If you win this game, you can brush everything off from the first 2.
Right.
Be like, those were flukes. It's over. We just won 2 in a row. Let's
going.
keep it rolling.
Right. And I think tonight would be huge too, for confidence, like you said, going back into Nashville, knowing you can skate. The Avs can skate with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's been proven.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to finish. Nashville's better than at finishing.
You got to finish, and you got to not make stupid mistakes.
Right.
Hockey's cool in that respect too, because like stupid mistakes materialize into scoring opportunities super quick.
Right.
It's not like baseball where you make a stupid mistake and then you have like 3 batters to figure it out. You could walk him to get to the pitcher if you made a dumb mistake.
Right.
Like hockey, you make a dumb mistake, 3 seconds later,
you're down.
Somebody's gonna throw something on net.
Right.
So,
and we saw that in Game 2.
That we did.
With the dumbest outlet pass in the zone. God, that was frustrating.
Yeah, it was. But today's a new day. I'm going on a bachelor party this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm flying Southwest. I'm a little nervous about it.
I would be nervous.
I hope nothing explodes.
Fuck, man, I'm nervous every time I get on a plane. You know, and
you
what
get on
happened?
a plane a lot.
I know, and it sucks. The more I fly, it's developed a fear of flying. Not because I don't know. It's not because flying at altitude, it doesn't bother me. It's because I'm an engineer and I know that this thing has 1,000 moving parts, and if one part fucks up, then we're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know. What's interesting about the Southwest thing? Boeing and Northrop Grumman, those main manufacturers of airplane engines, they actually do tests with their engines, and they will intentionally have them explode. And the casings of those engines are supposed to keep all of the shrapnel inside the engine, right? And they do a lot of these different tests on a lot of different engines before they actually, install them. So it's interesting to me that obviously that design failed.
Yeah.
Now, the NTSB was doing their investigation. Probably will for a couple more months.
What's the NTSB?
The National Transportation Safety Board. So they're going to come out with whatever their findings are. They're pretty amazing in what they can conclude and deduce from these type of accidents.
Mm-hmm.
But I really, really, really hope it's a design flaw in that specific engine and not, say, a maintenance failure of one of their techs, or this service wasn't done, right? Because that tells me that this could have been prevented. This was human error.
I'd rather...
And someone died from it. And that scares the shit out of me as a passenger on these goddamn things, right?
See, I'd rather that it be a maintenance issue where you're like...
At least you can solve it, right?
You can train maintenance people.
Right.
You can do checks for that kind of thing.
Right.
If it's a design flaw in every single engine on every single airplane, everyone's fucked.
That is true, too. That's a good point.
So...
I'm not sure. Do you know what type of airplane it was? Was it 737 or?
It was a blue one.
With some red on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Thank you.
There definitely was not an animal on the tail.
Okay. Not Frontier.
I don't know what kind of airplane it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'm not an engineer.
The age of the aircraft probably plays a role.
Yeah. I'm sure there are a myriad of factors.
I just hope it wasn't human error, man. How the fuck do you explain that to that woman's family?
Yeah, that's tough.
Life
is fleeting.
Someone's ass needs to get fucking fired. And someone's ass probably will.
Yeah.
They'll probably go into the maintenance history and be like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah.
If they conclude that.
I mean, it's got to be that, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
There's no way that they've been making these. I mean, there hasn't been a fatality in an airline incident like that since 2009.
Right.
And that is pretty fucking amazing when you think about
how many
of
flights
the
there
are going on.
Yeah.
All over the United States every day.
Right.
It's incredible. And it's bound to happen, which is the thing that sucks.
Right. The one thing that sucks, man, is that, all these improvements in airplanes, right, and safety and procedures and maintenance, they're all written in blood.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what sucks about this kind of stuff. Is we're going to learn from this one, but we're learning from it after someone died.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Dude.
I thought that was the most interesting thing. We went and saw the Midway.
Right.
The USS Midway.
Yep.
Back 10 years ago now in San Diego. San Diego. It was awesome, dude. That trip was great, and the Midway is very cool. If anyone listening out there ever gets a chance to visit it in San Diego, I tell everyone who's going there, that's the one thing you gotta check out.
Carrier.
Fuck the zoo.
Yeah. Go
see the aircraft carrier, because it's just a airplane museum.
Yeah.
In an aircraft carrier that's on the harbor.
Right.
But it's
dope.
That was the one thing that, when we walked in, there's a big old sign. It says, "The rules of the sky are written in blood."
Damn, I'm surprised you remember that.
Oh, I remember it.
Yeah.
And I had the little headphone thing on, so that might have helped too.
Right.
And I was like, "What? That's so badass, but what the hell does it mean?"
Right.
Everything that you've ever learned from flying airplanes, the only way to learn from mistakes is when someone fucking dies.
Yeah. It sucks, man. But a lot of heavy industries like that.
Yeah.
Oil rigs that I'm, shipping, manufacturing jobs, oil refineries. I'm sure it's all like that.
There aren't a lot of small mistakes.
Right. It's hard to foresee what's going to go wrong. You know? The NASA,
the Exxon Valdez,
right? All that kind of crap. It's all written because something catastrophic happens.
Yeah.
You know, but big time kudos to that female pilot,
dude.
Think about this.
She crushed
right?
it. What just like how lucky was that plane that the person who was flying it just happened to be like the first female that ever flown an F-18,
right?
Like one of the most knowledgeable people.
Of God.
Yeah.
By the way, a female was flying it and landed. Oh yeah, it's great. But whatever, you know. Gotta give her props, man. She's a fucking hero.
Yeah.
For what she did. I mean, Ben, you're in an airplane. Your engine fucking explodes. You would think, you know, that narrative, my plane just went down. You know, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
So to only have one fatality, you know, as tragic as it is and how much my prayers and thoughts are with that family, it's amazing that it was able to land.
It was a miracle.
And maybe
like
it is.
The right person was in the right place when
Right.
that happened.
Right.
To make sure that happened.
And maybe, honestly, the engineering of that engine did prevent, you know, a total, you know what I mean? The engine explodes and the wing's still on. Like, again, pretty impressive type stuff.
Yeah.
So.
There's a lot of human innovation that went into that.
Right.
That kept it from being a 300-person.
Right. Whatever it was.
Fatality
A fireball
report.
through the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you listen to any of the call?
From like ground control?
Yeah, from ground control.
I didn't hear it.
You should listen to it. It is incredible. Like the lady who's flying the plane was just rock solid. She's like, ground control, we're going to make a controlled descent into Philadelphia. One of our engines has failed and there are fatalities. Have people ready. Like just dead, like super serene about the entire thing. Just very controlled.
Right.
The people who were talking to her seemed more panicked than she was.
Right.
You know?
Wait. You said what? Your fucking engine exploded.
Well, that's the thing. She's like, I don't think that she knew at the time, like, that the person who died didn't get sucked out of the airplane.
Right.
And so she, like, very calmly explains to them that we had one person who was ejected from the airplane. And they're like, huh? What? Did you...
Repeat your last.
Repeat?
Yeah.
Did you say someone was ejected from the aircraft? She's like, yes, we had one ejection. We are going to need medical personnel standing by, flame retardant on the tarmac when we land. Thank you very much. Have a good day. How are you doing?
It's pretty amazing.
I know. It was, I mean...
It's kind of a sign of a true professional, though. You know, your adrenaline starts pumping, and you are just focused.
The truest.
You're just locked in.
The truest kind of professional that you can ever have.
Right.
I can't imagine, like... Shit goes wrong for me at a boring desk job, and on the way home, freaking out. Like, you just had an engine explode, and someone sucked out of the airplane.
And at speed, yeah.
And you're like, just ice cold.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Impressive.
Something not as impressive. The stupid jackass recording the thing and taking a selfie while they're descending. What is wrong with you?
Took a selfie?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Some dumbass is like, not to mention everyone is wearing their, you know, the mask strap, right? When the cabin depressurizes once that window was blown out.
Yeah.
So everyone has their masks on. Everyone in that picture had their mask on incorrectly. It was only over their mouth. So if you're breathing through your nose, nothing's fucking happening. But those masks are actually intended for you to fit over, you know, your mouth and your nose, your whole face. So that you don't have to focus on breathing through your mouth, especially when you're scared shitless. You're probably not focusing on your breathing. You're focusing on not dying.
Or scrambling to help someone who is almost sucked out of an airplane.
It's just amazing to me that this guy has his mask on and he honestly feels the need to, you know what? I think I'm going to take out my iPhone and take a picture of this. I just don't understand it, man. Maybe it's because I would be saying my prayers. I'd be trying to help other people. I would be focused on trying not to die. And this kid is focused on likes on Facebook or retweets. I really don't know. But I think he said, I'm recording my last moments.
Sign of the times, dude.
Dude, put your fucking phone down.
Sign of the times.
If I was sitting next to him, dude, I would chuck that thing 30 rows back.
Try and throw
it out. Don't do this fucking bullshit, man.
Try and throw it out the hole in the fuselage.
That would have been a sick shot. If I could have, like, oh, I'm sorry.
Would have been awesome if you took a video of that.
That would have been sick.
Put your phone away.
OtterBox, 35,000 feet. Yeah, let's see what happens, asshole. God,
You get so many likes on that video.
gotta be awesome.
That's a sign of the times, dude. You know what's kind of scary to me on that note is like small children that just gravitate towards having their photo taken.
Right.
We went to visit Sarah's relatives who have a small child. I think she's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And every time the phone came, and she might be older than that now, like maybe five tops. But like every time the phone came out, she's like trying to get in front of the camera and like knows how to manipulate Snapchat and like do the filters and all that on her face.
Right.
When those people become adults, that's all that's going to happen. They're going to watch somebody get sucked out of an airplane, and every single person is going to pull their phone out and watch it and then take a selfie.
Oh, that's a great. Oh, can you hold your half body out the airplane real quick?
Can you dangle the arms?
Just come on. I'm trying to get likes here.
Yeah. It's
Did they ever find out, by the way, if
crazy.
the person who died was the woman who was partially sucked out?
That's what I heard today.
It was.
Yeah.
Indeed? Okay.
Yeah. I think she like took some shrapnel when it exploded and thing got side. That's just bad luck.
Fuck, dude. Can you imagine?
No.
Oh my God, the window's open. You know, I just
like you're just looking out the window and all of a sudden shrapnel flying out the window. And I mean, props to the guys who like brought her back in too.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone just like hands on or like trying to drag her in. 30 years from now, that's gonna be selfies.
Right. Yeah.
They
Hey,
let-
this girl's halfway out the airplane on the window seat. Gotta capture this.
Thank God I had an aisle row selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh God.
we're fucked.
Prayers to the woman, though. And
Yeah.
her family, mother of 2. You know, I heard that she was a hero in her own right. You know, to her children and to her husband. So I know they're going through a lot. But
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
Yeah. Thank God that's all it was.
Fuck airplanes, man. I always get scared for shit like this. You know, so
I know. The only thing that ever comforts me on that situation is I know so many people that fly like for work.
all the time.
Yeah, like
That's what
twice,
you have to remind yourself.
like
It's
twice a week.
Okay, there's probably thousands of flights every day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be fine.
yeah,
Gonna be fine. So, and it's still the safest way to travel by far, hands down, without a doubt.
mm-hmm.
So,
But there's just something about it that in the back of your mind. There's like,
because you're totally helpless.
hey, by
you
the
cannot
way.
do a goddamn thing.
Yeah,
You know, and
Yeah.
that's what sucks. I think that's where all the fear comes from. No, in a car in an accident, you are in control. I honestly think that if I was flying the airplane, I'd probably be like, I have a fighting. You know, people are scared behind me, but I know what I can do.
yeah,
And that's probably what that woman felt too. She's like, you know what? I'm a fighter pilot. I've been in situations before.
I train for this kind of thing.
I can do this. You know,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
But
It's just,
I think that's where the fear comes from. Is that you're just totally helpless.
oh,
You
it
cannot
totally
do
makes
anything.
sense. It makes total sense.
Yeah.
But you can throw all the statistics that you want at it. It's still there.
Oh yeah.
You know?
There's still that chance.
Still the shot. The Korean War is about to end.
Is it
70 years in the making or whatever it is.
64, 65 years, something like that?
Tomato.
The armistice.
Yeah.
Are they gonna finally actually end this bullshit?
We'll see what that looks like for real.
What it actually entails,
I mean, if it were to happen.
right?
North Korea can't just let the border be open, you know? Like they
I'm not
everyone
really sure
in North
what,
Korea would get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this means as far as like the DMZ or
From
American military presence or what it even does for foreign policy in that area. You know, there's so many varying factors.
Yeah, from what I've read, they say they want to abolish the DMZ, which would make the border extremely penetrable, even if they didn't allow for people to.
Well, they're not. They can't, right? It's not like the North's going to be like, yeah, South Korea, come on in.
Yeah. Well, really, it's like North Korea. North Korea can't let people out.
They can't.
If everyone had the opportunity to leave North Korea,
You would hear some shit.
they would.
They would have some stories going down.
Well, you've heard what they do at the border, right? On North Korea. In North Korea, I can't get the fucking tenses right. On North Korea.
Seriously, dude, come on.
Yeah, in the North Korea, like guards who know for a fact that if they try and jump the fence, they will be shot at while it's happening. And if they happen to scramble away into South Korea, like their families will probably be tortured and killed.
Right.
Still try to jump the fence, risk that they're going to get shot, and are like, sorry guys, it's so bad here that I don't give a shit what happens to my family anymore. You know? So they can't just like let that happen because everyone would leave. Right?
Dude, it would be absolutely. And
I mean, they should.
Dude, they would. I'm sure some of the shit that goes on down there probably rivals what Hitler did with the Jews.
It's bad, dude.
You know, I'm sure it is some bad, horrible, inhumane war crime shit.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they might be like, okay, we're not at war anymore, but I'm keeping my guard and bombs and everything pointed at you still.
Also, you can't leave.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they'd have to.
It might help to say it might be a political agenda move. Like, I just don't trust Kim Jong Un. Right?
No,
he comes from a family of Kim Jong Il and Kim Il Sung.
Kim Il Sung.
Three of the worst dictators this planet has ever seen. Murdering your people for sport, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have a change of heart.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump said, "Don't fuck with me, or I'm gonna nuke the shit out of you." I just don't see it happening.
But if you're nice, we'll take a selfie together.
Right.
Yeah.
I see this as a total political stunt.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not sure why I'm talking to Russian boys, but yeah.
Because if you talked in an Asian voice, it'd be racist.
Hata.
Hello, please. I would take over China. Yeah.
I'm so round rate.
I mean, fingers crossed that's what happens, you know? Like, I wouldn't be opposed if everyone was just like, hey, clean slate. The most important thing is making sure the people of North Korea are not killed for no reason.
Killed for sport.
Yeah. 100%. You want to do a change of heart? We'll wipe the slate clean. Everything will be fine. In the grand, I mean, obviously he's done some terrible, terrible things, but in the grand scheme of things, at the moment, that's the most important thing.
Just moving forward.
Yeah. So if that were to happen, 100% behind it. But that would be a very rare occurrence in history where a total dictator
just did a 180.
Just gave up all of his power.
I don't see it. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't see anything changing.
The only situation I can think of where that has ever happened is George Washington.
Right.
Where they're like, do you want to be king? And he's like, no.
Because he was a fucking man.
That's not what
he was a principled motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't see Kim Jong-un being Kim Jong-il.
They're all the same, dude.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
I don't see Kim being George Washington. I hope to God he is.
No way, no.
I don't see it happening.
Not a chance.
But it's cool that like it's even in the process, you know? Like
it is.
They're moving that way. And that's important.
He's come out and said I want to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula, which I just also don't see that happening. You know,
like, it's good rhetoric.
Like you just got nuclear weapons, you've been trying for decades, you're just going to stop it? Like dude, even to the layperson, that sounds like, something's up there.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know, man. The draw of Western culture seems pretty strong. Because, like, he wants to be popular. He wants to do all of the things that, like, Trump and Obama are doing, you know, taking pictures with celebrities and all that. And, like, he's got Dennis Rodman.
Right, but at the end of the day, what does he care most about?
Seems like taking pictures with Dennis Rodman.
I think he only cares about himself. He wants that power.
I mean, there's no reason to think that's not the case.
Right.
But at least what he's saying recently is pointing that way.
Right, but so I don't know, man. I think it's total bullshit. I hope they end the war, but I think that's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be political. I signed a document. We're not at war, but nothing has changed. Mm-hmm. I still hate you.
That's quite possible.
That's just what I see it as.
But who knows? At least if they're trending this way,
at least it's a step.
2 or 3 generations, maybe that happens. You know,
right?
And with free-flowing information now, I mean, not in North Korea because they have pretty tight restrictions on everything. But if they start freeing some of that up and showing what's actually going on, like people could make a difference in that situation.
Right. For sure.
Sunlight is the best disinfectant, as they say.
And YouTube.
YouTube's the best disinfectant?
I don't know. Give the people there some YouTube, and they'll probably figure out pretty quick that the United States isn't Satan land. You know?
Yeah. But that's true. Speaking of Satan land, Great segue.
Smashville. Smashville, bro.
James Comey is what I was going to say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Satan
land.
Damn.
Well, he was on Colbert the other day, so I
what
mean,
a gigantic tool
such a douchebag
that James Comey has become. And Stephen Colbert, but mainly James Comey.
Dude, Stephen Colbert. I used to love that dude.
I think we all did.
When he first came out.
He was pretending to be a Republican. Just pretend to be a Republican again.
He was pretending to be a Republican, pretending to be Catholic.
I like you.
Yeah.
You know? I knew you were pretending, but I liked you.
But it was funny when you were doing it. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And now it's just like blatant.
Dude, it's horrible.
You can't watch that shit.
No, I can't stand Colbert. Some of the shit he says and the violent rhetoric that he has towards joking, yes. But if I were to say that, I would be fired from my job, branded a racist, all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
He gets laughs.
Oh, dude. Imagine if you would have said that about Obama.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, if you'd have said any of the shit that he says about Trump, about Obama, I don't get why people don't vote Republican, if not just for the fact that comedy is much better. Because you can actually make fun of things again.
Right.
It's like the veil is lifted and you're like, oh my God, so much material. Reality.
It's a blessing.
What's this breath of fresh air I have? Yeah.
James Comey, I think he was doing an interview the other day with that Stephen.
Get closer to the mic.
Stephen Sapadopoulos. What's that guy's name?
Stephanopoulos.
Is that his name?
Stephanopoulos.
Dupoulos. Whatever his name was, right? I think on ABC.
Yeah.
Maybe.
George Stephanopoulos.
That's his name?
I think so.
I don't fucking know.
I
Whatever.
Don't watch it.
I think it was on ABC. But some of the shit Comey was saying that irritated him about Donald Trump, I think included the color of his hair.
Color of his skin.
The color of his skin.
Racist.
I think he said, the length of his tie was off.
Yeah, he said he had too long a tie. He made comments about it. He's like, his hands were
his hand size.
Normal.
It's like, you're the director of the FBI, and these are the things that come to your head first?
Yeah. I mean,
what in that? Dude, this is...
It just comes off as bitchy.
It does.
Like
teenage girl bullshit.
Yeah. It's like, I get that you're 6'9", and we're in one of the most powerful positions ever, but you kind of seem like a little bitch.
Yeah. This is what you're actually talking about with a reporter on national television, is the fact that you don't like his hand size or that his tie was too short or whatever the fuck he said.
And then they asked him, they're like, does it feel good for you to be able to say these things about the president? He's like, no, I don't like the fact that this is what I have to come out here and say. It's like, that's your opinion. That is a personal opinion that you hold about somebody else.
You're loving it, James Comey. You're going on fanfare for your fucking book right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy your 15 minutes of fame, dude, because it's going to come out.
Yeah.
And you are going to look like the gigantic criminal tool that you are and the bias that you had in this investigation.
And my whole thing is, who's buying that book? You know? Like, he cost Hillary Clinton the election.
No doubt.
So you would think that the left would be like, they suck a dick.
They were calling for his head, and then he got fired, and then they were calling for Trump's head.
Yeah. So, I mean, the right doesn't like him at all.
Explain that one to me. Yeah.
Like, who's buying this book?
I don't know.
Apparently people are.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it'll be a bestseller. Yeah.
I'm sure it's already a bestseller.
Yeah.
But, like, how quickly we forget that 10 seconds ago, this guy swayed the election.
Right.
One way or the other. Obviously, Trump doesn't like him, so people are on
it's because
Trump's side on the
doesn't
right.
like him. Yeah. Is giving him...
I kind of like him just for the fact that he cost Hillary Clinton the election.
I think something came out today. I think that 10 members of Congress wanted a whole bunch of people investigated by the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And James Comey was, in fact, one of them, as was Hillary Clinton, Loretta Lynch, Andrew McCabe, Lisa
Eric
Page,
Holder, probably.
and Peter Strzokes, or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
All people deeply involved with this collusion investigation, the Hillary Clinton email scandal. But the biggest thing with me with James Comey is that you made a decision about Hillary Clinton, and you came out and you testified about your decision before you had interviewed Hillary Clinton. I just don't understand that.
Well, and
also 17 key witnesses you failed to interview before you actually decide if she's guilty or not, or if you're going to continue to press charges. what?
Well, and he said during this whole thing that the only reason he brought this up is because he thought Hillary was so far ahead in the polls.
Exactly.
That
Yeah,
it wouldn't
he came
affect.
out and he said that.
You made a executive FBI top-level decision
Off of poll numbers.
based off the fact that somebody was going to win the presidency.
Off of what you thought.
You didn't do it because of your higher honor.
Or your calling or your oath that you took.
What's his book's name? Higher calling?
Higher loyalty.
Higher loyalty?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
If you really had a higher loyalty, you would have come out and been like, this is what I think
Right.
because it's wrong because I actually
Regardless
have a
of-
higher loyalty.
Regardless of my feelings toward either candidate.
Well, and it's been a year since he's been fired.
Right.
Like, why are you just doing this now?
Why are you in
when
the fucking news? Still?
Conveniently, your book is coming out.
Right.
You know, if you really had a higher loyalty, you would have said this the minute you got fired.
Right.
Like, when you're not bound, you're not tied to Trump anymore, like, you're not working for the guy.
You got nothing to lose.
You'd have been like, okay, well,
I'm going to the first newspaper stand and I am detailing everything.
yeah. Here's what's happening because I feel like this is wrong.
He's
Not- Let's wait till the moment my book comes out, and then I'll do all of this publicity.
He's an absolute crook, in my opinion. You know, I think it came out a couple days ago that his family members, I know his wife for sure. I'm not sure if he has a couple daughters or one daughter or what, but they were all heavy Clinton supporters.
Yeah.
Just by simple deduction, you would probably assume that James Comey himself was also a Hillary supporter.
Which is not a crime.
No, it's not. But if you're using that, if you have obvious bias in an election investigation, you should not be part of that investigation, right?
You should probably recuse yourself.
Exactly. You should be like, I'm sorry, I cannot do this truthfully. I cannot do this professionally. For fuck's sake, the NFL makes sure that the referees who are refereeing their games aren't actually fans of the teams that they're refereeing against, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just unbelievable to me what he did. He called the winner of the Super Bowl before they played the damn game, you know, and they said, that's it. You know, this team's it. I'm sorry, but we're not playing any more games. And then what he did with his memos, you know, he took highly classified information. I believe I don't know how many memos there were, but, you know, a separate panel investigated those memos, and they said that this was top secret or confidential type stuff that were in these memos. And he released it to one of his friends who then gave it to a newspaper reporting agency. It's just, what is happening at the FBI? It's unbelievable to me. And now you read a fucking book about it. And you mentioned things like how long his tie was. Dude, you're scum.
Yeah.
You're scum.
It doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, he's definitely on his little publicity tour now, not making himself look like someone who should have been in charge of the FBI.
Right.
And I think a lot of people see that.
I think they do too. I think a lot of people actually out there are like, dude, just go away.
Yeah.
Like, we're tired of the James Comey drama story. Like,
Yeah.
just go away.
He got fired. I mean, I'm not saying that Trump is a beacon of moral responsibility either.
Right.
But, like, you got fired. You showed your true colors. The fact that you made up the law when you brought the Hillary Clinton thing out, you're just like, well, she didn't show intent. That's not part of the law. It doesn't matter. No intent. We're cool. Like,
Right.
you
Investigation over.
Showed your true colors. Is what it is.
Be interesting to see where this all goes. This whole drama story that is this last, year and a half of the Trump administration.
If nothing else, it's been super entertaining.
It has.
But
it's also kind of sickening. I'm getting so tired of reading stories and Dude, I can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
I
The
can't,
news cycle
like,
is like 4 seconds long now.
Like, connecting the dots of these stories, you're like, okay, this happened a month ago, but what exactly happened? And you read up on that story, you know, like with the Fusion dossier, right? The Steele fake dossier, whatever it came out for that. Like, I remember, like, I was intently listening to that because I thought it was huge news. I don't remember what that was all about now, you know? So many other stories that broke. You can't keep up with it.
Yeah. The whole Stormy Daniels thing now is
Right.
actually because Trump was colluding with Russia.
Jesus
And they
Christ.
didn't find anything on that, so they dug until they found him paying a porn star for sex.
Dude, they're gonna dig until they finally.
That's what
impeach the
special
guy.
prosecutors do.
Yeah.
Like, you are a failure as a special prosecutor if you don't find something.
Right.
So they're going to keep going until they find something, and
It's scary times.
where they get fired.
The deep state.
The deep state.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. If you remove a sitting president off of no evidence, if you impeach a guy and it's, very light on the evidence side or very debatable and it's not even like
questionable at best.
Exactly. And you remove a sitting president, what does that tell you about the state of our country?
I feel like the backlash is going to be worse. You think the people that voted for Trump would watch him get taken out of power and then sit there at the next election and be like, all right, this is cool?
I don't think so.
No. Like, if they were to impeach him, I think Pence would probably be a much better president.
Probably.
As far as not being
doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Not having a Twitter account.
So I don't know. Like, the left should be stoked that he is the president because they could actually manipulate him if they want to. He's kind of very susceptible to manipulation.
Yeah.
You could just be like, I bet you won't pass a DACA bill. I bet you're not man enough.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
I'll show you.
I'll get you.
Illegal immigrants for all.
Fucking insane.
Yeah. But, like, if Pence were president and they had forcibly removed Trump from office, I don't think he'd lose. I feel like the Republicans would not lose an election for the foreseeable future.
I don't think so.
Because people would be so pissed. They're like, yeah, we can't let one of these people take over because
do this again.
They're just going to do it again.
Right.
So every single time we need to get out and vote. So maybe that should happen.
I don't know,
in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, impeach him. That would be great for you guys.
Yeah. It's scary, though.
Yeah. The only thing I do take solace in on that fact is the office of the president isn't the end-all, be-all. And that's how it was supposed to be,
What do you mean?
Like, when Obama was president, people were upset, because he was overstepping his boundaries and he was doing things that the president shouldn't be doing, And now that Trump is president, it's very clear that people will stand up against everything that he does. And so he can only do the things that he actually has the power to do. Because people are going to oppose him on every side now.
Right.
Which we should have done with Obama too.
Right.
But the fact that the president is not the emperor of the United States, that he can be checked, is good for the office of the president and for the United States in general, because people are watching him now. Right. And I just pray to God that they take some of these lessons when a Democrat is elected. Be like, oh, hey, actually, the reason that I didn't like Trump is because he could do things that I didn't like. Maybe we should restrict the size of the federal government.
Right.
Instead of just being like, no, we need our guy in power to do all of our things.
Do it.
Because if your guy's in power does all your things, I don't like
my
it.
rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully on that note, it's a little bit of a wake-up call that the size of the federal government is too much.
I would agree with you, but I still think the discussion has to turn into intelligent discussion. Not this name-calling bullshit.
Yeah, that might be too far gone.
Which, exactly. I think it might just be too far gone.
We'll see.
I'm a liberal, and I'm a liberal because you're wrong. Well, here are some facts. Maybe you're... No, I'm still right. You're wrong. Same with the right,
I mean, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Once you stop thinking about things on a factual basis, like, you're gone.
You're toasted.
Once you're doing feelings, I feel like it's unfair, so we should take away X, Y's, Z.
Yeah.
Insert whatever you want.
Well, why do you want to do that?
I feel like it.
I got some evidence that counteracts what you're saying. I don't care.
Yeah, I feel like it's bad.
Oh. Racist.
Yeah. That's basically what it turns into. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens on the next episode of Trump.
That's why...
2017.
Yeah, just fuck that. Go Avs. That's all I can say.
Go Avs.
Sports are easy, man. You have a winner and you have a loser.
Yep.
You can't argue about it. You can argue what happened.
You can be pissed.
You can be mad. You can be happy and you can be mad, but there's a winner and there's a loser.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's very cut and dry.
You can't impeach the Smashville. I wish I fucking could. I wouldn't have
You're the problem. You're the problem, Steve. You want to impose your will as a fascist sports dictator.
PK Subban would be in the box for all time. Permanently in jail.
And that is why you are not the commissioner of the National Hockey League.
I think I should be, though. We did a pretty damn stand-up job.
Except for the fact that PK Subban wouldn't play.
Ever again.
What if you played for the Avs?
No.
You're just saying that.
No.
You don't mean that?
No.
Well, this has been fun.
Another day.
I think it's about time we wrap this bad boy up.
Fucking A.
Go Avs.
We're going to win tonight.
We're going to
I know
crush
I
it.
said we weren't, but I think we're going to win now. This conversation's uplifted my spirits.
I've turned him.
What's the next episode about? What are we doing?
That's just for you and I to know. And
Oh,
the
yeah?
listeners to find out.
Damn.
I got some ideas
Oh, yeah?
up in the old mind grapes.
All right, guys. Take it easy. Watch the game. Go Avs.
Have a good week.
See ya.
Bye.